What's going on? It's Justeeni here. Today I'm showing you the forbidden opening with Imperius. Do not try this at home, or maybe do, but only after watching this video, of course. So what is the forbidden opening? It is the one and only double warrior with a turn 0 tribe. This is what everyone says to not do ever, but I'm challenging that today, and we'll see if it's actually good. So I have some replays, and yeah, this first one's against Lingueeni, and I have a reason for doing it here. It's a tiny map, and with tiny maps, exploration is so important. I want to get warriors up ASAP, capture my villages quickly, spam lots of warriors for defense. Now I get this explorer going. So I see the opponent who is Lingueeni, who decided for some reason to rush hexapods. Okay, I guess. But now I'm upgrading my capital. They are going for that village. I go climbing, get the lighthouse, capture this village. So currently I'm up in cities. I'm denying this one from them, and I'm about to get this one. Explorer is going to allow me to get this lighthouse as well, and this warrior is going to go and grab Eye of God. So far that fast expansion and warrior spam is working pretty well, albeit with the opponent expanding very slowly and getting mining to upgrade their second city. But now I can actually even just get the city. I have my giant. No, I have got actually. Not yet, at least. They get a strong explorer ruin, but they don't have Eye of God. They get a centipede though. And they are going to be able to kick me off that village. But I'm going to be able to fight back with the Juggernaut, hopefully. I get a nice connection here. Upgrade that. And get another giant. So despite the fact that I deprived myself of a lot of economy, I've been able to kind of make it work out by just not getting any expensive tax. I've just been spamming warriors, and I'm still able to get my giants. Now the opponent is fighting back 3 cities, getting the mycelium up, plenty of hexapods. Scary looking stuff. But now I get archery, and this is just going to be too much for the opponent here. They can try their best to try to defend. They're kind of misplaying a lot actually, but yeah, this is just a win for me. I have giants. They only have a few hexapods, which won't last. So in this case, it actually worked pretty nicely to help me expand. I didn't really need the extra economy that would have been provided. I just needed to expand here. But does it always work like that? Let's see. I'll cut to the next match. All right, so next game, this time against Hodrick, and this will really put it to the test because Hodrick is one of, if not the best tribes on Tiny Lakes. And I'm not just saying that to say that, like, Hodrick is genuinely insane, and the main thing is their defense is unbreakable pretty much. So I'm going with this 2-warrior opening, trying to aggressively fight for these cities in the middle. And in this case, I'm securing this just fine. So now we can again see the plus side of it. I'm getting the second city by turn 4. Very fast. Get the explorer here. And you see I go riding and a rider, so not even upgrading the city. This is kind of one reason why I think it might actually be potentially good to do this opening on tiny map, is because normally the reason why you upgrade is so then you can also upgrade the city and then train plenty of units without any problem. But I'm just training units, not upgrading the city. And only turn 4 I'm getting the explorer here, which will get me the lighthouse and get me some meeting stars. Now, unfortunately, it completely dodges the lighthouse, which makes me sad, but I just make some more units. And then I make more units. And I'm just trying to use my expansion advantage here to fight for this extra village. I go for an explorer. I'm hoping it gets the lighthouse, and it doesn't, actually. I really thought it would. I would have had to wait another turn if I wanted to guarantee it. I would have had to get climbing specifically to play around that. I decided to not because Hodrick usually doesn't have a lot of mountains, but I got a little unlucky. 1 move away from getting it, but it's not like I would get Eye of God. It would get me the level 3 capital though, so I don't know. You can argue whether it was like super unlucky or whatever. It was kind of unlucky. But I am able to guarantee the city with some kind of weird maneuvers. But the opponent's actually able to get this ruin in response. And you can see, again, a very notable downside. My ego is not doing very well. I've been spamming these units, and my advantage is I've gotten one city. But I didn't even stop them from getting this ruin. And with my lack of economy, I can't make use of these cities, actually. So this is showing one of the very big downsides. You have to be very aware of the potential downsides of this sort of opening. And now, with Hoodrick looking to potentially get a giant, and in fact getting that giant, I don't actually have a response. I get a pop ruin here, but I have no Eye of God. I only now am getting roads, and even though I can attack, it's just a little too late at this point. Now the giant push happening. If I was just a turn sooner, I would have been fine, even taking the city, and then suddenly I'm up a decisive amount and maybe able to win, but unfortunately just not able to get it done. Maybe you could argue if I got that lighthouse, it would have all changed because I would have gotten that. Who knows? Maybe the opening's fine, maybe not. But unfortunately, I'm not able to win it with this one. But don't worry, there's some more games. I'm just kind of showing you some examples and counterexamples of this opening. I'd highly recommend trying it in your own time at least. But I still have one more game, so let's cut to that. Alright, so we've talked about the forbidden double warrior opening with the turn 0 tribe. Maybe it's good, maybe it isn't, maybe it depends on the situation. I'll tell you one thing, it's not good in this situation. I don't know if I need to really mention why, but there is a second forbidden opening, believe it or not. And in this specific case, where the opponent is starting with 615 points, and I'm highly suspecting them of picking Hoodrick, which means they spawned up here. What I can do is another forbidden opening with the turn 0 tribe. And you might recognize this one. That's right, Philo Rush, the other forbidden opening on tiny maps. Does it work? Is it just pure insanity? Can I possibly get away with something like this? Well, I can get an Explorer, meet the opponent. Because I have climbing my... Like, when you Philo Rush, you're already getting climbing, so your Explorers are no longer so risky. I still need to buy fishing, so I need both fishing and climbing, but after Philo, I only need a few turns. Now, the downside of this opening, of course, is because you can't attack early. If the opponent starts fighting you, that's bad. And with all these archers, the opponent is clearly ready to pick a fight with me. Luckily, this choke point means they can't quite do it. Now I go riding. I do make a mistake here. I shouldn't have stepped on this village. I forgot. I was too busy playing around this siege that I forgot that they can't. They just don't have to. So, whoops. Totally unnecessary there. I could have denied them this village entirely, but instead, things work out a little different. I go fishing. But despite me just completely blundering this village, I'm actually somehow, despite the fact that Hoodrick should be really solid in this kind of like position, you know, they can just play eco like what they're trying to do right now. I'm getting my giant, no monuments by the way. And then I've got Altar of Peace. And then Park of Fortune here, actually, because I can already get a giant with what I have. I just need to speed things up a little bit. And sure enough, after they take this, they actually... Well, I could have tried to siege. I don't know why I didn't. I guess I really wanted the giant. Which means I will take this from them, even after they get Eye of God. And I will be up in cities in long term. I don't know. I could have played this way better, but... You know, never forget about the second forbidden opening. I feel like turn 0 tribes are pretty underrated on tiny maps because that versatility, they can sometimes play really aggressive, sometimes very greedy like this. I don't know. Philo Rush manages to still surprise people, I guess, including myself. Somehow it can work on tiny maps. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub, and have a good one.